Today we're going to talk about different methods for solving quadratic equations. I'm going to focus on three methods: the completing the square, the quadratic equation or quadratic formula, and also the graphing method. I'm going to leave factoring out because I think most of you know that by now. With completing the square, it's a very good tactic if you need to solve very quickly and also be able to sketch a quick graph. The goal is to turn y equals ax squared plus bx plus c into the normal standard format. Our example is going to be y equals 2x squared minus 12x minus 32. First thing you do is you move the constant c, which is minus 32, to the other side, and you'll see what we have there. And then after that, you're going to factor out the a term, if there is any. In this case, we have 2 in front of x squared, so that is our a term. You're going to half b, which is negative 12x, square it and add it to both sides. This part is the trickiest part. But you're going to end up with this, as you can see. And you have to remember to add it to both sides. You're going to need to multiply the 9 by the factor, which is in this case 2, in order to maintain equality on both sides of the equation. Next, we're going to look and we rewrite parentheses as a perfect square. Y plus 50 equals 2 times x minus 3 squared. Now we're going to divide both sides by the factor, which is 1/2 because it was 2. You'll end up with that. This is the equation you can use to sketch the graph. You have it in standard form right there, actually. But we're going to continue on past this. You have the distance between the vertex and the focus, just from looking at those numbers. And also we're going to get the coordinates of the vertex, which is hk, or 3 and negative 50. To solve, we're going to start by setting y equal to 0. So you have this equation, and then you see we make y 0. And after solving, you end up with plus or minus 5 equals x minus 3. These are the same, x equals negative 2 or x equals positive 8. Now we're going to look at the quadratic formula. This is good because no matter what equation you have, it will always work. It's a little bit of a pain to do it by hand as it takes a long time. This is our quadratic formula, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2. This is our example. It's the same one we used before. You have a is 2, b is negative 12, and c is negative 32. Now we're going to plug in all these numbers, and you're going to see you get this copious equation, but we work it down more and more, and we're going to end up with 12 plus or minus 20 over 4. Now, since it's plus or minus, we have to branch into two different things to get both zeros, and eventually we get 8 and negative 2. As you can see, since we use the same example, the solutions are exactly as it was when we did the first method. The nice thing about the quadratic formula is that it's very easy to also set as a computer program in your calculator so that you don't have to solve by hand every single time. Now we're going to look at the graphing method with the same example as before. And we're going to have the same solutions if we do this correctly. We're going to start by putting the equation into the calculator, same one as before. And I zoomed in the graph so that we can focus on the zeros. Now you're going to hit second trace, or calculate, and you're going to hit 0 or 2 on your calculator, and it's going to say left bound. We first move to the left of the 0 that we want, which is right here, hit enter, and then we move to the right, hit enter again. It's going to say guess, and you hit enter once more, and you see you get x equals negative 2. Now we're going to have to repeat this on the other side in order to get the other value for 0. So we move, and this will take a while, so hold on one second. I used a kind of long example for this, so alright, and it says left bound, so remember to stay to the left. Hit enter. Right bound, we're going to scroll up. Hit enter again, and then guess. Hit enter one more time. And boom, x equals 8. And as you can see, it's the same solution as we had from the other two methods. So all three methods work. In conclusion, we used the three different methods to solve. We got the same solutions for each method. The method you choose depends on the equation and the tools you have. Some are better for different situations than others.